Yeah, so the first card you have your past is, yeah, the Nine of Swords. So I think obviously this is about being very hurt, being very disappointed. I think someone probably still is, or was at this time, I think they probably still are disappointed with you. I don't think it's your fault. I think it's just a very different way of looking at things. I think, yeah, this is about someone who used to be around you. They're not around you anymore. It's not a love connection. I'm not seeing that. But I think they definitely used to be very, very close to you. What I'm seeing is you might have had some kind of falling out, some big, long conversation that ended badly. I'm seeing a lot of explaining and explaining and explaining and just not getting anywhere, probably on both sides, a lot of words. I think this might have been someone who used to stay with you, or they might have even lived with you at one time. And yeah, they're not around you now. There was some kind of falling out, I think. Again, I'm seeing, yeah, explanation. Someone tried to explain things to you. And I think you didn't automatically go along with what they wanted. That's what I'm seeing. And so then they kind of turn these explanations into arguments, not on purpose, but I think they got quite angry when you didn't just kind of listen to them. I'm seeing repetition, so they might have said the same thing over and over again, these kind of conversations, and oh, this is what's wrong, this is what's wrong. I think they were trying to ask for your help in some way, ask for your advice, I think, and they wanted to be quite abstract in what they were saying. Oh, my feelings are this and this and that, and you were kind of saying to them like, well, what can we do about this? Let's look at this in a constructive way. Let's try and find a solution to this. But they were very abstract in this. They didn't want to kind of do that, and I think this probably frustrated you. But I think their behaviour was quite horrible towards you in the end, quite rude, angry, slamming doors, all of that kind of thing. I think they do actually regret their behaviour, and I think at this time they would like things to be better between you. Yeah, I think yeah, there's this separation I'm seeing, or this situation and this separation in this that I'm seeing. But I think at the moment there's another situation that's going on in their lives. They're separate from you right now, and they have something, or they did at this time, and I think they still do have something that's going on in their lives, and it's quite an emotional problem that they have, and they miss that support from you. So I think they're not in danger. There's no big problem with them. They're just they kind of have some emotional problem going on. Now, if you want to talk to them, of course, go ahead and talk to them. That's completely up to you if that's what you want to do. But I think they still have a lot to learn, and I think that they haven't learned from this situation that happened between you yet. I know they'd really like to talk to you. I can see that. I think they'll probably contact you anyway. But be a bit careful, because they might be trying to contact you to get help with this new emotional situation, not because they want to apologize or put things right or get things, better between you. It might be because they have this big problem and they want to lean on you about that as well. So it might be that. It's quite complicated. I hope I explained that properly to you. So the next card you have your past is the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, this is you. You're Earth, 100% Earth, and you're a rock. And they see you as their rock. And what's happening is they have this other emotional situation. They miss you because they miss having that support from you. That's what I'm seeing was going on here, and it's probably still going on now. So what I'm seeing is that, again, I'm seeing why you saw things so differently. They had this problem. They were talking about it in a roundabout way, probably going around and around about their feelings, but not actually getting to any conclusion. You were trying to bring this whole thing down to earth because you're the rock, you're the pentacle, and you were saying, right, but we have to come to some kind of solution or conclusion about this. We have to get this to some kind of end. We have to improve things. We have to do something concrete here, something down to earth. And they were up in the air saying, oh, but my feelings, and oh, I don't know. And so that's how you're both approaching it in a completely different way. I think they might have even felt a little bit bossed around or told what to do. You definitely didn't mean to do that. But yeah, it was just very difficult. They weren't getting to the point. They weren't getting to any conclusion. They weren't listening to you. And then they got quite angry with you and blamed you. That's what I'm seeing has happened. And I keep on seeing this as someone who either stayed with you or they lived with you. And I think because of that as well, that probably made the situation even more intense between you. But yeah, they saw you as their rock. They saw you as the Ace of Pentacles. And that's the ultimate instability and success as well. And you know, they really wanted to lean on you. They really wanted your advice. But then when you didn't tell them what they wanted to hear, they didn't like that. And I think that's when they rejected you. That's what I'm seeing there. So the last card you have for your past is the Tower, yes. Right, so again, this is what happened. So when you separated, they probably moved, they might have even travelled away from you. It might even be that they stopped communicating with you altogether. Again, they want to come back to you. They want to talk to you. They want things to be back to how they used to be. But I don't think things can be how they used to be at all, ever. No matter what happens, I think things are going to feel quite different. They're never going to feel exactly as they used to feel. That's what I'm seeing. But the way things are now for them feel really or seem really unnatural to them, if that makes sense. You know, they're so used to having a support. It just feels very different, very foreign to them. You know, this card can be about going against nature. You know, the man's built this tower in his arrogance, you know, as if he's sort of conquered nature, but now nature's striking back. It's showing him what happens when you try to go against nature. So this is how this feels to this person. The separation feels as if it's going against nature for them, against the nature of things. And I think sooner or later, either you'll connect again or they will. Actually, what I'm seeing is that they probably will. It's probably going to be them that's going to connect with you. That's what I'm seeing now. Right, so the first card you have for your present is the Hierophant. Okay, so this is interesting. I'm seeing a combination of things here. I'm seeing studying, learning, work, and I'm seeing spirituality as well, and kind of everything all combined together, which is really what the Hierophant's about. The Hierophant's a teacher, the Hierophant's spiritual, the Hierophant, you know, these two monks are learning from this Hierophant. So all of that is kind of what I'm seeing here. I think you are trying to, I think you want to manifest something, and I think this is to do with spirituality, but it's knowledge as well. And I think what you'd eventually like to do is have some kind of work or business or something where you're teaching people, and you're teaching people in a spiritual way. That's what I'm seeing around. That's kind of what your ultimate goal is, I think, or something about that. It's teaching people, and there's some kind of spirituality around that. And to do that, I think you're going to have to gain some knowledge, or, you know, some kind of education or some kind of training, or you might have to just learn this yourself, you know, reading books or whatever. I'm also seeing here that to be able to manifest that, you're going to have to put this in your head, and you're going to have to make some kind of promise to yourself, a promise that you're going to keep on growing, a promise that you're going to keep on learning spiritually and, you know, formally as well, formal learning and informal learning, internal learning and external learning. You're going to have to make that promise to yourself and put that in your mind, put some sort of thing, write something down to yourself, some sort of reminder or something like that. And again, I think this is some kind of business or something like that, and you're helping people through that business. That's what I'm seeing there. And it's something spiritual. I keep on seeing that. I'm just looking at the monks on this card, and they're looking for spiritual enlightenment and knowledge from this Hierophant. And, if you look at their heads, they're shaved apart from a ring around the edge. And that's commonly thought of as symbolizing a halo, and that's why monks have that around their heads. So there are a few different explanations of why monks have their hair like that. One of them is it's a halo. There are other people's ideas as well. But, so they've made their hair like that, or they've shaved their head like that, as a reminder to themselves that they're not enlightened yet, that that's where they want to be. That halo is a symbol of the way they want to be in their heart and in their mind. That's why it's on their head. So this is about you making a promise to yourself that this is what you're going to do. You're going to see this right through to the end. You're going to learn this. You're going to keep on doing this. You might be a student right now, but I think you'll eventually become some kind of teacher. And you also have the Ace of Pentacles, which is showing me that you'll probably also be financially blessed around this business where you're teaching people spirituality. So all of that is going to happen to you. It's going to happen eventually, but it's going to start with this promise that you're going to make to yourself. And that's what's going to help you to manifest. Manifestation starts with feelings, then it goes on to your head, then it goes on to your actions, and then it goes on to things that happen from them in the real world. So that's what's going to happen there. I hope that makes sense to you. So the next card you have your presence, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so I don't know if this person in the Nine of Swords is a younger relative. I think they might be. They definitely see you as someone they can lean on, someone they can lean on. I'm trying to say, sorry, I'm kind of fudging my words, sorry about that, messing everything up. They see you as someone who's a rock to them once again, which is what I was seeing in the Ace of Pentacles, a kind of a caring figure, someone who will support them, and someone who's able to protect them. And again, Pentacles, solid, dependable, and that's how you are to them. You're like this queen to them. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is someone who's really attracted to you, and they love this stable, strong side of you as well, and your nurturing side as well. I think they might be going through a few things. I'm seeing some, family problems around them. I think they might even, they might have children from a previous relationship. It might be, it might not be that, but it might be, because I'm seeing some kind of tension, and it's between them and someone from their past. So, and this is someone who they have to keep in contact with them. So it might be that. I think they do actually really love you. I'm seeing that they do really love you, but I think there's this distance between you, and I think you might be really feeling that distance. And you might not be saying anything, because sometimes this card can be about keeping your emotions to yourself. If you are worried about this, the message I'm getting here is that this distance has nothing to do with you. It's to do with whatever's going on with them. And they have a lot of stress around them right now. They have this person they have to see, and all of that. And so don't think this has anything to do with you. Don't take this to heart, or think that they're like interested in this ex or whoever this is that they have to see. They're absolutely not. They just have a lot of practical things they have to sort out. That's what I'm seeing in there. So don't worry about that if this is resonating with you. So the last card you have your present is the Four of Pentacles. I think this person, I think this is a relative, this person in the Nine of Swords. They just don't want to let you go. Again, here's this pentacle, here's this rock. That's how they see you, and they're holding on to you because you're the solid one, you're the dependable one, you're the earth. They just don't want to let you go. I think they might be getting some help or some information or some advice from some people around them, but they don't want this advice. They might even be shunning this advice, because you represent trust to them. You represent something solid to them. So they want to talk to you. That's what I'm seeing. They're not getting that from anywhere else as far as they're concerned. I think people are trying to help them, but they're not seeing that help, or they don't want to accept that help. So yeah, they're definitely going to come back to you, and I think they're going to come back to you soon. I think you'll hear from them very, very soon. But again, make sure they fully appreciate you. Make sure they're coming back for the right reasons, because I was seeing that emotional problem around them, and that they wanted help with that. So, and that's fine. I mean, if you want to help them with that, that's fine. But just make sure that they understand that they need to appreciate you as well. They just can't be horrible and rude to you and walk off and then come back whenever they need help, you know. So just make sure that's not going on with them. So the first card you have for your future is the Chariot. So, you know, sometimes this can be about protecting yourself. Yeah, I just think this love connection, this person in the Queen of Pentacles, they just don't want you to worry. You know, I think they just want to battle whatever this is by themselves. Not because they don't want you to know things or be around them, but it's just that they want to make sure you don't have to worry about this as well as them. They kind of want to shoulder all the burdens themselves. I can see where this might come across as them wanting to exclude you or hide things from you, especially if this has something to do with an ex or, you know, children around them or whatever that they have together, or some kind of arrangement. But they're not attracted to this ex. I just want to tell you that. They're not interested in this ex at all. They're interested in you. They do care about you. They do love you. I don't think they mean to hide things. I don't think they want to be sneaky at all. They're not trying to do that. They don't want to leave you out. It's just that they want to kind of shoulder this themselves. They don't want to bother you. They don't want to worry you. If this is resonating and you're still kind of worried about this distance, just let them know you're there. You know, whatever they'd like to, you know, whatever they'd like, you know, whether they'd like to talk, whether they don't want to talk, you know, that's fine with you. But just know that you're there for them. Sorry, I'm messing up this whole reading because I'm really trying to articulate what I'm saying and it's not quite coming across right. What I'm trying, I'll sum this all up with you, what I'm seeing on this card. If you are worried that there is a distance between you, and you know that they don't want to come and talk to you about this, they want to keep this to themselves, just let them know that you're there for them. Whether they want to talk or not, that's fine with you, but just know that you care about them and that you're there for them. That's what I'm seeing in that card. I'm really sorry, I'm just trying to articulate this and it's not coming across in the way that I want. I'm trying to explain this properly and it's not coming across that well. I'm sorry about that. So we'll go on to the next card. The next card you have for your future is the Eight of Wands. Okay, so this is interesting because this is what I'm seeing around the Hierophant, this kind of business idea and this helping and this learning that you have around this idea. So this is about that. I think that you might actually start to pick up some early clients or some customers or something like that. I'm seeing people being interested, maybe in paying you something on the side or early for this. It's nothing dodgy or anything like that. Yeah, I think you might have told some people about these interests that you have and your ambitions and all of that. And I think what's going to happen is you're going to get a lot of interest. And I think you're going to get a lot of interest before you feel ready, actually. This is all coming in very quickly to you. I'm seeing a lot of emails, messages. I don't think you should say no to any of these people. Definitely say yes to this. This is all, this is all experience for you. Whether it goes right, whether it goes wrong, it's early days. It's okay to make mistakes now. So, just say yes to this. You'll really learn from this. This is all opportunities that are going to lead you in the right direction. And also you have the Ace of Pentacles. So that's showing you that any opportunities that come to you, whether they seem to be too early for you, whether you seem to be ready or not, they're coming at the right time for you. So you need to accept these opportunities when they come in. That's what I'm seeing in that. And once again, my apologies, because I don't know why my words are messing up, but I'm trying to articulate what I'm saying, and it's not really coming across that well in this reading. I'm sorry about that. So the last card you have for your future is the Knight of Swords. So yeah, I keep on seeing this person in the Nine of Swords. I think you are going to help them. I think you are going to help them and give them advice and all of that. But I think you're going to be very, very careful, because I think there is a big possibility that they're going to flare up again and get angry with you and walk off and slam doors and all of that again, because that's what the Knight of Swords is like. He doesn't think about what he's doing. He just kind of rushes in, and he's angry, and he's upset, and he wants to kind of rush in and do something. And so I think what you're going to do is you're going to put a bit of a barrier up. You're going to help them, but you're going to make sure you've got your barriers up so that you can help them without this kind of escalating. I think you're going to advise them. I think you're going to be around them. You're going to talk to them. But once things start to escalate, I think that's when you're going to back away, and you're going to say to them, look, let's end this for today. We'll come back another time when we're both feeling a little bit better. Put that aside, then come back again another time. I think that's what's going to happen with this person, and I think it's a really sensible way to go about this, because I think with this person, things can escalate quite quickly and easily, and you know, they can go from speaking quite normally to kind of yelling and screaming, and you really don't need that. You really don't need that. So I think you're going to be very, very sensible about this. You're going to be there for them, but you're not going to let this escalate like it did before. That's what I'm seeing there. So Taurus, this was a really complicated reading, I know, and I know I really struggled to articulate what I was seeing in this. I just hope it's going to make some sort of sense to you. You know, I'm just going to say this: if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if that's what you'd like to do. And thank you so much for watching.